guys, welcome to today's practice. We have a very fun, kind of grounded, low, slow flow here. So all you're going to need, I have a mat. A mat would be good. And then I also have a blanket to support my knees since we are going to be grounded the whole time. If you don't have a blanket, a towel would be good. Anything to kind of give you some cushion. Okay, so whenever you're ready, get your things. If you like having blocks or if you have issues with your wrists and you have them handy, go ahead and grab them. I just don't have mine today. Okay, so whenever you're ready, we are going to start seated in whatever kind of position feels good for you. So I am in an easy pose, but whatever this looks like for you is fine. And we are just going to start by maybe throwing in some neck movements, whatever feels good, and just kind of grounding down, settling, coming into the space. Maybe take a deep inhale and blow it out. Just kind of let yourself slow down and settle. One more in deep through your nose. And sigh it out. Sometimes just that breath feels so good. Okay, so we're going to take our right hand, plant it on the mat somewhere that feels good. You don't have to reach super far. You want it a little bit out from your leg. And reach over with the left. Just kind of wake up the side body and the spine. And then over to the left. And then kind of cartwheeling your hands just back and forth from left to right here. Just kind of waking everything up. And what I want you to focus on when your right hand's down, left arm's reaching, try to keep that left hip pulled down to the mat. So your left butt cheek is kind of glued to the mat. Right, one more time. Good. Right, and then left hand comes down, right hand's up. I want you to take your right hand, reach out to the left as far as you can. Again, keeping that right glute pulled down to the mat. Reach out as far as you can, reach, and then let your right hand sweep around, down, across, right hand plants, left arm reaches over. Okay, let's do that again. Left hand reaches out as far as you can. Let your left hand sweep out in front of you, hips pull back, and then you're over on the other side. So then try to do this with a little bit more fluidity on your own. So we're up, we're reaching, sweeping, and then we're over on the other side. Okay, don't worry so much about if you're in right form or anything like that. Here, we're just kind of moving to move. Feel your breath back and forth, reaching and sweeping. Hips are pulling down into the mat. One more time. Good. And then we meet up in center. Hips pulling down, arms come up overhead. Feel your shoulders lift up and arms go up. And try to stack your head on top of your hips. So we're in a nice long line here. Chin might be pulled back, giving you that nice double chin. And arms are reaching. Reach. Don't get saggy here in the shoulders. Reach up and breathe. Blow it out. And then here, hands are going to come together in like this extended prayer and push the hands. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Push the hands. Push. 3 more breaths. Push the hands. Last breath. In deep. Push the hands. Sigh it out. And then keeping your elbows here kind of pulling towards each other, let your hands come behind your head. So you have this like reverse prayer. Pulling the shoulders or the elbows in towards your head and just breathe here. And then let your shoulders open up, fingers interlock behind your skull, okay? And then keeping your hips pulled down, we're gonna add just some nice twists. So twist to the right and pause, find your breath. Push the head into the hands. And then to the left, pushing the head into hands, hips stay down. And then just back and forth, breathe. Just spinning, hips pulling, head pushing, Hands pushing into the back of your head. It's like a weird amount of work here. Okay, keep going, breathe, breathe. Feel it in your middle back maybe, and then pause at center. Right hand's gonna come out to the side again. Left hand opens up. One more time. And then here I want you to let your elbow bend and the hand come behind your head maybe. And then fingers extending, open up and shoot down. So like you're doing this really dramatic wave here. Hello. Just waving, getting everything moving. And then push off the right hand, come over to the left. Right hand's extended. You're going to bend at the elbow, let the hand drop behind the head. Maybe you push the hand into the head. And then just back and forth with this very weird wave, the robot wave. Okay, just waving hello on purpose. Okay, and then we're going to push off the left hand, come to the right. One wave, push. One wave, push. Just back and forth. Good. All right, and then here, stopping at center, we're gonna open up. Right hand comes back. Push your right hand into the mat. Maybe it's somewhere behind your right hip, but maybe it's off to the side, wherever feels good. Just push in with your hand and maybe your feet and see if you can lift a little bit off the ground. So just this gentle back bend. Right arm comes up, left arm goes back, push, slight lift. And just back and forth like this, breathe and lift. And it's okay if you're not going this fast. It's okay if you want to go faster, whatever feels good for you here. Last one, push into the hand, keep that shoulder down, lift, and then we come back to center. Kind of shake it out, maybe eyes closed. Let's take just a couple breaths here. Notice how everything feels that you started moving. How your shoulders feel, how your hips feel, your spine. And when you're ready, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees here in tabletop. And this is where it's nice to have this towel or blanket underneath you. Right, so maybe here we do just a couple rounds of cat-cow, rounding the spine, tucking the pelvis, dropping the head, and then up in the other direction, popping that butt up, head up, back and forth. Maybe some big barrel rolls here, any kind of movement that feels good on your spine, and then we'll get into this little grounded flow here. Right, so we're going to shoot the right leg back. Try to keep that pelvis level with the ground. Knee comes in towards, your right knee comes in towards your right tricep. Maybe it touches it, maybe it doesn't. And then you're going to kick back, open that right hip, and drop your foot back towards your left glute. Okay, and then you're just going to go back and forth like that. Maybe you add your spine in, rounding and arching as you move. Maybe not. Okay, just see how this feels. Okay. And then here, you're going to push that right leg back. Push into your left hand. Maybe see how it feels to lift that right arm up. Drive through that heel. Breathe here. Let your neck release down to the left. Okay, and then taking your right elbow to your right knee. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. Pull, 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 pull up. Right foot lands. You're going to drop that right hand inside of your right foot. So now both hands up by this right foot. This is where if you have blocks and you want to bring the ground up to you, it'd be great to use them, okay? And we're just going to floss through, come into that knee, and come back. Come into that knee, and then back with the left. In and back. Okay, and any movements you want to explore here, go ahead and do it. And the next time you're back at neutral, let your left knee pivot. And you're in this grounded warrior two stance. So right knee, or right elbow, forearm, is going to come to your right thigh. We're going to dip into this just to see how this feels. And then we're going to add this left arm, waving, that really ridiculous wave. And just see how it feels to release your neck. And then maybe here we dip into that right side. Wave, wave, maybe gazes up. And we're going to push back. Left hand finds the back of the mat. And then we reach into this delicious gate pose. I just love this one. Okay, we're going to sweep back, reach. And then here, even in this gate, we can add that wave. And see if you can notice a difference if the hand comes behind the head or if it comes in front of the face. Last one. And decide how fast you go here. Okay. And then we're going to pivot back to the front in this little 90-90 lunge here. And you're going to try to lift your right foot, push into the ground with your hands, lift that right foot and see if you can float it all the way back, around, let it cross over your left calf. And then we're going to sink down into this little funky puppy child's pose shape. Breathe. Maybe feeling something on the outer left hip, maybe not. One more breath, inhale deep. And coming up, reposition your hands. Right knee comes back under your right hip. And we're going to go through it again on the other side. So a couple rounds of cat-cow. Breathe through it. Whatever, if you want to do the same or add something different, anything's fine. Okay, and then we're going to do that same work, left leg. So left leg shoots back. Notice how it feels. Left knee comes up towards that left tricep. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. And then opens up into this scorpion table shape. Okay, and then just back and forth here. Breathe. Just keep going back and forth. Maybe you get light on your left fingers. Come up to the fingertips. Okay, good. And then here, we're going to plant that left foot on the outside of that left hand. And we're just going to floss through these movements into that left knee and then shoot back for this half split. Whew, I feel it in that one. That left hamstring needed this. Just back and forth. Breathe. Okay, and then here, finding stillness or continuing to move. We're going to come around to this grounded warrior two. So pivot on the right knee, reposition as needed, then you're going to come up. So I'm going to be facing away from y'all this time. So just see how it feels here. Left forearm coming to that left thigh, dip in and come back. And then we start to add that wave. So right hand comes up, elbow drops, that hand either behind or in front of the head, and just see how it feels. Breathe. Okay, and then here, we're going to come into that gate shape, extend that left leg. Left hand reaches overhead, right hand pushes down into the mat. Maybe you add that wave. Just see how it feels. And then when you're ready, you move back and forth between these at your own rhythm. So maybe that's super slow. Maybe it's really fast. Maybe there is no flow and you hold the pose and then move to the other, okay? Wherever you are, let's meet here. Pivoting back on that right knee, coming into that low lunge. Hands plant inside the left foot. And here's where we're going to try to lift this left foot. Push the hands, push, 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 push. Lift. If you can, it's okay if it's dragging on the ground. Kick out, around, back. Cross over that right calf if you can, if that feels good. And then extend down into some version of puppy or child's pose that feels good for you. Breathe here. When you're ready, come up to that tabletop position. Left knee comes down. We're going to take a wide-legged child's pose here. So if this is uncomfortable, you can take a different posture that feels good for you or tuck a blanket or a pillow behind your knees. We're just going to come back, extend the arms out. Let our head drop. maybe arms relax a little bit or support your forehead. And as you rest here, notice how your body feels. Just a few minutes of movement, not even standing up. Notice your heart. Just a few minutes a day. And here, if time is available for you, I encourage you to pause the video and take a few minutes in Shavasana. But for those of you who are running off to save the day in some way, go ahead and work up to a seated position. Eyes are closed. Feel your shoulders, your neck, and your spine, all the way down to your hips. How do you feel physically, having moved, maybe in a different way? And then how does your head feel and your heart after giving yourself this time? Here, both hands come to our chest. Feel your heart beating, maybe fast, mine kind of is. Inhale deep. Long sigh out. Eyes slowly open. Thank you so much for joining me today for this short practice. I can't wait to see y'all next time.